politician. That is number one. And I wouldn't deny the fact that I'm a politician. But more importantly, I'm a Ghanaian. So I'm looking at it from the political point and from a point as a patriotic Ghanaian. I am in government. I introduce taxes. For instance, I introduced the energy sector levy, which is supposed to give you over 2 billion a year in order to liquidate debts that have been sitting on the books for God knows when. You are in opposition. You describe me as incompetent. Make a promise to the people of Ghana that vote for me. When I come to power, I will, with immediate effect, and I can give you the quotes, remove these taxes. I have the brain power to deal with the economy without those taxes. And so based on that, amongst others, I lose elections. You come to power, and your excuse is that it's the NDC that introduced it. And so that is it. That is most insincere. You've not been fair to the people of Ghana. That is not what you promised the people of Ghana. So when COPEC tells you that, look, you promised us that you abolish these taxes, and so do that for us.
At least they did something about it. They have reduced it by 2.5. When the calls, were in the peak, asking you to reduce, you never did.
We said we needed revenue. We were sincere with the people of Ghana. We said, look, we understand that it increases your price, but we need it for a purpose. You say you abolish it.
Where?
I can give you the quote. If you challenge me, they just read the vice president when Boachejaku said he would scrap the energy sector levy. Please, it was raised in parliament. Please, can I make my point? I think the people of Ghana.
When I spoke, you asked me for a source.
Don't worry, I'll quote the source for you, my brother. Don't worry.
Because what we say is in our manifesto.
Now let's come to even the price buildup. When the price was 30, now there are two scenarios. The revenues that we get from our petroleum products has a direct positive, strong positive correlation with the world market price. So when the prices come down to 30, it means that revenues that we're expecting from fuel imports go down drastically. It also means that revenues that we're expecting from our liftings goes down drastically. And so if you look at the 2016 and 2017 budgets, our growth rate of 3.6 was mainly attributable to a huge drop in the petroleum sector. Now you come to power. After criticizing us and saying we are insensitive, the petroleum prices goes to above 60. So you are having a positive correlation, as I said. So your revenues triples from the liftings that we have. So government is having a huge windfall. 69% increment in terms of revenue itself, in terms of activities on the petroleum sector, 69 increment. In terms of revenues, you have a price increase and you have a volume increase. That leads to you getting about 1.5 billion against 670 million during our time. And then the taxes on our imports, which is ad valorem, you maintain it at 15%. And don't forget that 15% slaps on the ex-refinery. So anytime the ex-refinery goes up, it means that the taxes you are paying also goes up because it's a percentage. And consumers are saying that, look, we are suffering. If you do cross-subsidization, you can use the revenues that you are making, the huge windfalls, because now you have the 10 fields, now you have the Sankofa Jinapor fields coming to be in addition with the Jubilee fields. And so your receipts are increasing astronomically. And so it only makes sense that a really good listening government will use part of the windfall from here to cushion the people of Ghana. You are not doing that. And you blame us. Now let's come to the price stabilization levy. I have the MPA Act, Act 691 of 2005. And I have the Energy Sector Levies Act, 899 of 2015, as amended under Act 946 of 2017. I am in favor of any increment, Hassan, and let's get that right. I didn't say don't reduce any reduction in taxes. I just said that do what is proper. Because the Constitution says, under Article 174, that where an act, in accordance with Clause 1, that's after Parliament has imposed the tax, of this article confers power on any person or authority to waive or vary a tax imposed by the act, you need parliamentary approval. So when you come and we pass an act putting levies on products, 10 pesos, 12 pesos, and 8 pesos, before you vary that come to Parliament. That's all I said. I'm saying that you can't sit on your own and decide that the tax that Parliament is imposed, you are varying it. It's a legal issue that I raised. I'm saying if you want to vary, even the 15% special, if you want to take it off, come. When you wanted to deal with the street light levy, you came to Parliament. So if you want to deal with the price stabilization levy, comes to Parliament, because the act enjoins the minister that within 3 months, and the minister here refers to the Minister of Finance and not the Minister of Energy. If you go to the interpretation, section 8, it tells you there's the minister. NPA is only a collecting agency. Just like ECG is a collecting agency on the street light and the other things. ECG cannot sit and say that because they are a collecting agency, they want to vary the taxes. They don't have that power. So all I said is the NPA, when you collect it, within 15 days, according to the Act, you must lodge that money in an account established by the Minister of Finance. And when the prices fluctuate, the Minister of Finance then use those monies accruing to cushion the people of Ghana, as well as to deal with subsidies on the fuel we give to the fishermen. What's the name? Premix fuel. And the other fuel, there's another fuel. It has RFO. That is what you use the price stabilization for. So we're only cautioning you, because the minister will come before us this year and account for the receipts. If you look at here, for instance, it tells us the price stabilization levy, they programmed to collect 396 million. Actual collection was 338 million. Lodgement was 326 million. You must lodge it. You cannot sit and vary it. So these are legitimate issues that we are raising, and I think that you people should take that on board. But the bottom line for me is the consumer, is the voter who woke up on the 7th of December, queued and voted for you, expecting that you honor your promise. That is what the voter is asking you. It's not me. I'm no more in government.
Thank you.
You must answer that question.
Thank you.